Kako, a Komamai curtain call, a weekly program of reviews, previews, interviews, and features of and or with the great art and artists on Maui and beyond. I'm Paul James Brown. Maui OnStage and ProArts Playhouse are presenting a joint production of Moses Goodsʻ Lovey Lee, directed by Francis Tauʻa. This is a difficult play, but being different is not easy. It explores aspects of life many will find revelatory and others will recognize as a journey they or someone they know is on or completed. Today, although we are celebrating Pride Month, those LGBTQ+ people are still being abused, misunderstood, discriminated against, and murdered. Lawmakers throughout this country are attempting to further demonize young people who know they are not the gender assigned to them at birth. Mr. Goods's play will cause one to confront one's prejudices and see through a new prism. Lovey Lee, aka Kealoha au Ka'ane, Adrian Daguio, is a graduate of Kamehameha schools, a Vietnam veteran, and a young person coming of age in the 70s Honolulu, trying to find out who he is. He is on an identity journey, hiding, denying, fleeing, and confronting. His father looms over him like a bad dream, but never actually appears. He is seen through the eyes of Lovey's mama, the glorious Ehulani Hope Kane, and Lorna Victoria Navarro, his militant Hawaiian sister. It is clear he is not comfortable in his parents' home, feels unwelcome, and finds a new mother, Kathy Collins, as a woman who takes in unwanted and cooks, cleans, and provides a loving home for them. She sees Lovey's need to find himself and realizes it is not in Hawaii, but in San Francisco. She actually finances his trip, where he thrives. He gets together with two other friends from Hawaii, Fred, Shane Borg, and Alika, Ethan Hornack. They realize Hawaii is where they belong and return, splitting up, going on with their respective lives, hiding their true identities. Lovey has a mentor, Sheila, the powerful Riley Franco. Lovey is embraced by all who come into contact with him, for better or worse. One of his besties is Calvin/Mindy, played with clarity and purpose by Layla Rode. She is there for him whenever he needs her. Except if he wants to work for her father doesn't hire Hawaiians. His life seems to be desperate. Although he is a vet and presumably has vet benefits, he is constantly broke and ultimately ends up on the street offering himself in prostitution, which doesn't end well for him. Mr. Goods's has written a play that is painful, joyous, thought-provoking, and at times funny. The performances are universally excellent, and this is a tribute to Mr. Tauʻa, because for several members of this cast, this was their theatrical stage debut, and you would never know it. Adrian Daguio's Lovey is a tour de force. He narrates his story to Sheila and then enters into the stories he is telling. He has to convincingly move in time from the present to his past. He really doesn't know who he is, even after all he has been through. Mr. Daguio is the play, and this performance is exceptional. It is unfortunate only 300 more Mauians will have the opportunity to see his extraordinary work. Ehulani Hope Kane's mama is breathtaking. She is the personification of love. Caught between her loves for her son and her husband, she navigates these emotionally treacherous waters with the skill of her ancestors. Her quiet earnestness is a blessing to behold. The other mother in the show is the wonderful Kathy Collins. We all know Ms. Collins' local girl, the pigeon-talking Tita. In this character, Tita is gone. Her character is named Rolange, but she wants everyone in her house to call her mother. It isn't quite clear what her house is about. It's not a rooming house because it doesn't appear anyone is paying to be there. We are told mother cooks and cleans, and her children, as she calls them, the residents, are expected to clean up after themselves, to not have any Johns in their rooms, and to not touch the money in the jar on mother's table. It was a subdued, elegant, loving, and caring character Ms. Collins created, and we love her. Sheila is as wise in the ways of the street as Mama is in the ways of the family, and Ms. Franco's performance is powerful, touching, sensitive, and heartbreaking. She is like the conductor on the train. She knows every twist and turn, and she is there every step of the way. She has a larger-than-life presence, which she asserts with authority, but those are real tears. Outstanding work. Victoria Navarro's sister Lorna is officious, convinced, and dedicated to the Hawaiian Renaissance. Her discussion about Kaʻaʻolawe and the heroes of that courageous act was most enlightening. She is the voice of the Hawaiian Renaissance, and she plays it for all she is worth. Calvin/Mindy is Lovey's best friend, and Layla Rode, who switches genders throughout the play, possesses a crystal clear delivery and outstanding projection. She is the weight on the other end of the scale balancing Lovey. She cares for him deeply, but not in a cliche or obvious way. Great work. Ikaika Rains as the sergeant is intimidating, but when we see what he is really up to, it's one of the most disturbing scenes in the show. This was hard work, and it's difficult to believe this is his theatrical debut. I hope he will continue to audition for other shows. As Lovey's friend Alika, Ethan Hornick and Fred Shane Borg are very close in San Francisco, but when they return to Hawaii, they avoid Lovey and make excuses about how they can't meet up this week, but next week for sure. Mr. Hornack showed true affection for Lovey, while Mr. Borg avoided him to the last moment. Another welcome newcomer to the Maui stage is Ruth Veronica Navarro as Vicky and Crystal. She found both of these characters and demonstrated her creative ability. Jermaine Jason Giroux and Clifton Runia Elora Criswell round out the cast, and they provided the quartet for the very nice hula segments. This show had some serious technical challenges. Todd Van Amberg's light design provided the disco atmosphere, but also some poignant dramatic effects, and the colors were spectacular. There are a ton of phone calls in this show, and Angelica Angel Juarez didn't miss one. This while operating the Lovey projections. She was the designer as well as the operator for the sound and projections in this show. Micah Oberg was the costumer for this show, and he understood each character's needs and provided for them. Riley Franco's opening and closing frock was spectacular, and the black outfit Lovey wore was perfect choice. The short shorts of the sergeant let the audience know he was on the make. Kathy Collins' velvet jacket as Mother was elegant, and the outfits of the prostitutes at the end were most credible. There were some very quick changes these actors had to perform, and Mr. Oberg's choices facilitated them nicely. No one missed a cue or a change. Kalani Whitford gets the credit for the set design, which was simple but effective. ProArts has codified the upstage right wagon, and it provides a playing area and a scene change opportunity. Well done. Lovey Lee has only 3 more performances, Friday and Saturday at 7:30 p.m. and Sunday at 2 p.m. This is a shame. Mr. Goodsʻ has given us a courageous, important work of art. As Mr. Tauʻa so eloquently stated in his director's note, quote, Lovey Lee represents that need in all of us to find those people and spaces of our own choosing, that amidst incredible adversity shines a light in the directions we must venture to in order to find ourselves so that we can be what we were always meant to be for the people around us, unquote. Tickets are at www.proartsmaui.org. Get them before they are gone. This will sell out. Well, that's Curtain Call for this week. Mahalo for tuning in. I'm Paul James Brown, Maui Strong. Ahui ho.